Hello my Minecraft family, welcome back. In today's episode we are going to build out a mob farm. Yes, a mob farm. So we can get all the awesome drops and the XP. But before we do that, there's some housekeeping that I wanted to take care of and a few things that I did off camera that I thought you'd like to see. So let me go ahead and give you a little tour of some small changes. Okay, first housekeeping chore I want to do is create a name tag, actually two name tags. One is going to be Carrots Senior, and another one is going to be Carrots Junior. And what are these name tags for? Well, let me go show you. While I was finishing up the carrot farm, I heard a cat. And when I went to go check it out, the cat was this orange tabby. So cute. And I'm like, how fitting is it that an orange tabby would show up at a carrot farm? So I just had to tame it. So I went ahead and tamed it, and it likes to sit here. So we want to give it a name, and he is going to get the name of Carrots Senior. Yes. And you're wondering, why is there a senior and a junior? Well, because shortly after I tamed him, I heard another cat. And that cat was over here. And it was another orange tabby. And I was like, what are the odds? So I had to tame that one too. So he's going to keep track of the outside here, and the other one's going to be on the inside. So he gets Carrots Junior. So we have Carrots Junior and Carrots Senior. Oh, he's so cute. Yeah, you are. So they are now the mascots of the carrot farm. So let me go inside. Let me show you a few little tweaks I've made here. One of which, put down some carpet, no biggie. But what I did for these guys was I gave them a kitchen. And look, somebody's using it. Yep, I figured they were in here. They couldn't get out. They were trapped. They have all these carrots, but they need to eat. So I gave them a kitchen. So they got a little expansion here. And I think it's kind of cool. I think they like it too. Alright, so that was one little thing I did off camera just to finish this off. And another thing I did was back at the house. But before we go to the house, I just want to check on our carrots and see how we're doing. Alright, good. Starting to fill up again. Fantastic. Okay, so let's head to the house and I'll show you the little changes I made at the starter home. So in episode 1, I mentioned that we would eventually replace the windows with glass, and we now have. So we are now officially glass windowed. So that is fantastic. I don't want a chicken egg. Alright, so that is fantastic. Inside, well, we haven't done much with our storage yet. I know I still need to fix that, so we'll get around to that. But I also added a kitchen here. So now we have a kitchen that we can have running water. Yay! And we have a smoker that we can cook our fish and whatever we get. We have cabinets, which, well, this is all my raw food. And over here is all my goodies for pantry items. So we now have an official kitchen. Yay. And this is where my bed was. So where did my bed go? Well, it went up here into a loft. So I created a loft for my bed. So let's go take a quick look at that. This isn't fully finished yet, but it's a good place to sleep. So I want to get a few bookshelves in here and maybe a plant or two. Let's get it a little more homey. But for now, that's where I'm sleeping. We're going to fix this storage. Not entirely sure how we're going to do that. Maybe build a basement and put some storage down in there, clean it up, and maybe make this more of a living space. But, well, we'll see what happens in this episode. Let's see what else happened while I was off camera. Oh, yes, another thing. So I came across a wandering trader, and that wandering trader finally was selling jungle saplings. Yes, jungle saplings. It's like the last tree I think I need for my forest. So I got those, bought a few. Actually, I bought everything that he had and brought that out to my forest area. Forest area, I say. You don't have a forest area. Well, I do now. So here it is. This is what I've got going on now. So I planted those jungle saplings and they've grown up So I have those. I planted dark oak, so I have dark oak now. And I planted my acacia, and that kind of grew a lot because I chopped some down and replanted the saplings. And of course I got some oak. Didn't really create too much oak area, but I did create my spruce, so I have like a forest of spruce right here, which leads to my little forestry services building. Yes. Now there's not much here. This is basically just enough to sleep if you're you know, tending to the forest or chopping down trees or pruning or whatever you need to do, and you lose track of time. You got this little you know, place to sleep. So that's my forestry services building. But now we want to get some heavy lifting done. So part of that heavy lifting is going to be this mob farm I have in mind. We have to find the perfect location. And I scouted out earlier the perfect location for what I want to build. Now this mob farm is basically going to be an underground mob farm. Typically people do it higher up in the air, and they'll make like maybe a hot air balloon or something like that to disguise it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it underground, and I'm going to use a water elevator to bring the mobs all the way up to the tippy top of, can you guess it? To a lighthouse. So this is going to be a location for a lighthouse. So I'm going to put it on top of this hill right here, and I'm going to put my lighthouse up there. So there's two things that we always seem to have to do. One is to prepare the grounds or prepare the land, and two is to gather all the resources. So most of the resources I need I could find in the overworld, but there are some that I saw in the Nether which I thought were absolutely awesome. So I'm gonna have to go back there and grab a whole bunch of what I need, and the rest we'll get in the overworld here. I'll prepare this land and start building this farm. Well, they've made a lot of progress clearing the top of this mountain or hill, and I've marked and started digging my tunnel. Well, I should say shaft. This will be where the water elevator is going to be for the different levels of the mob farm. So we're going to take a look at one now. Oops, it just triggered. So this is what one area looks like, one platform. So basically I'm going to have water behind these pistons. So when the pistons are retracted, the water will push anything that's standing on the platform out into this center way, which is going to have water and push them toward the center water elevator. So I have one on each side, and currently I have one side hooked up to the redstone. So now see, this one just went down. So it's on a redstone timer. Actually, it's a hopper clock. So if we go in here, we can see that there's a hopper clock in here. So we basically have a hopper here. There's another one under this block. And it's basically moving a stack of items back and forth. And when that one stack moves from one side to the other completely, it's going to shift. And there it goes. And it's going to shift that redstone block, which is going to move the power source over to this side. And it's going to basically alternate between the two. And this actually rides up a vertical redstone torch tower. So I can't really see it because it's blocked, but it's basically a redstone torch tower that goes up the side so that we can use this single hopper clock to go all the way up to each level. Made a lot of progress, still a lot to go. I have this side to rig up, so I'm going to have to put in another hopper clock and another torch tower and start doing that. So I can actually, I guess, do some work on that right now if I have all the components. So let me go ahead and get all the components I need to, it's nighttime too, so let me get all the components I need, and we'll show you how to do that hopper clock. Okay, I've got all the components I need to set up the hopper clock on this other side. Now, this is probably like the third one I'm actually going to set up, but the second one that's kind of in this tight area here. So we're going to have to figure it out as we go along. I'm going to clear out a section here so we know what we're working with. And, okay, there we go. That's looking about right. Get our redstone out and run a redstone line. Now this is only 14 long, so I don't need a repeater at the end, which is pretty good. I will need a repeater up here at the front though. So let me throw that in here and grab my repeater. Okay. Now we have to set up where the input's going to come from. So this guy's going to need input coming in that way, and then I'll also have one on the other side here, so I should run into it. Yep, there it is. Ran into the other one, and that one's going to run alongside of this. It's 14, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's going to hit all our pistons, and now we're going to have to get that over here to the clock as well, and the clock only takes up one block, so we have to get that close enough to reach basically one block away. And they're going to be offset. So this one's going to be here, the other one's going to be here. So it's offset by one block. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a way to do that. So it would be like this, and it'll get powered there. Or we can move it in this direction, either way. Honestly, I think I'm going to move it in this direction because that's how I have it on the other side. So let me bring it across this way. So we're going to rig it up on that side, not this side. Alright, let's take that away. Okay, so that's going to go into that. And since that's 14 and redstone only goes 15, we're going to have to add that repeater in as well. So let's put that in. And I think we just ran into a situation. No, we're good. Okay, so that'll be the repeater. So let's set up our hopper clock. So let's get our comparators out and get our hopper. And then what we need to do is put one hopper here, shift click into that one so it's pointed in that hopper's direction. And we have to get rid of this hopper. Actually, I have to get rid of this temporarily. Take this hopper and point it into that one. And get a comparator. We're going to put a comparator here, facing away. And get on the other side and put a comparator facing away again. So these comparators are basically checking the hopper's capacity. And we get our redstone, and we'll put that down on one of these. It doesn't matter which one. Get our sticky piston, and our sticky piston is going to be facing the direction of the redstone block. And one on this side, so it can shift them back and forth. Alright, now we have to get some redstone from this comparator to power this sticky piston. So we just come up one here and put a redstone there. And same thing on this side. Get rid of that, and put a redstone behind it. Okay. Now, if I go ahead and actually put some items in here, and I do, I want 64 of them in there because that's the amount of time. See, it's starting to tick down, which means this is now pumping into this. So this one's counting up. And you can see this is powered on because this has I guess, capacity in it. But when it goes to 0, this is going to power off, and this is going to shift. And then this one's going to power up and shift back. So it should give us our alternating clock. There it goes, alternating clock. And now this one's going to start filling up. Okay, cool. So let's put this back like so, and add this here so that when this shifts over, it'll light up this circuit here. So we'll just wait and make sure that does that. And should be any second. There it goes, and it powered it up, and it should make it all the way to the end. And it looks like it does. So that's excellent. And the one on the other side should be doing the same thing. It should get all the way to the end. Oh boy, hey, yay, oh, hey, 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 yo, 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 yo. I'm not ready for you guys yet. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. Whew. Okay, so we could fill all this in. We don't need this hopper clock exposed anymore, so let's do that. And make sure we don't cut off the redstone by accident. So let's wait for it to tick. And make sure it's not cut. So the last thing we want to do is break our redstone line. Yeah, there we go. Alright, good. Alright, clear that. Okay, all good to go. Let's go put our water in. Now this is always kind of tricky. So we're going to start with this corner. We'll put one in there. And we got to go get our second one. And what we do is we alternate. So we put one in the corner, we skip one, put one in. Now when we do that, this one in that we skipped should now be infinite, so we can take from it. And then we skip one again, and put one in. And then take from the one before it, skip one, put one in. And keep on doing that. And we could fill this whole section in. Just like so. And when their pistons are down, you got to be careful that you don't actually click on the piston, because you don't want a waterlogged piston. You want water behind it. Oh, there it goes. All right. So that's going to push everything over into this other trench. So that's just what we want. Okay. So let's do that again on the other side. There we go. So now when the mobs are spawning here, they'll get pushed into this water stream, and this water stream will take them to the center, which will be the water elevator, which will push them way up high. I'll go ahead and complete all the other layers, filling in all the water, and I'll be back when that's done, and we'll work on the center water elevator. Okay, all the levels now have all their water in place, just like this one here that we're looking at. So now is the time to start working on the center water elevator. So what I've done is I put these signs up here, 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 and here on both sides. What this is going to do is it's going to stop the water from backflowing in when I put water here. And that's what we want. So that's why it's there. Now I have to also put signs all the way up the tops here so that it allows the water to not touch the edges. Because I don't want the water to touch the edges. Because if it does, then that means when the mobs come in, they'll actually like hit their heads going up here like this, and it won't work. So if this is all like in kind of like an air block, which I'm kind of simulating with these signs, then they'll be able to shoot right up without any interference and getting caught on the way up. So I'm going to go ahead and put all of these signs, of course it ran out right there. So I'm going to be putting these signs all the way up to the very tippy top. So I'm going to do that, and when I'm done with that, we'll come back and we'll start filling in this section here. So I will get that done and see you in a sec. Okay, I made it to the top, and I put all of the signs in place, as you can see. And I kind of capped this off just a little bit on the top here, just so we have something to hold back the mobs if we start testing this. So I am going to get myself back down to the bottom, and we will try to get the water system in the middle functioning. And I'm going to do this with the ice that we collected earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and put my ice blocks down, and I'm going to work all the way up to the top with these. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Let's go ahead and start breaking these ice blocks. and that will start turning them into water blocks. And I am down to the last ice blocks. So once I break these blocks, anytime I walk in this water stream, I'm going to get shot up to the top. Okay, time to break these last ones, and it'll shoot me up to the top. Oh, no, not yet. Yeah, not yet. That one. Come on. And now we'll go to the top. Come on. All the way up, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up, and yes. Cool. Alright, now that we have the mechanical part of the mob farm working, in order to finish this lighthouse, I need blackstone. And I have to go to the Nether to get blackstone. And I am scared of the Nether. Why? Because I don't have armor. So I have a bit of a situation. In order to get what I need to finish this mob farm, I need to get some armor. Yes, and not just any armor, I want enchanted armor. In order to get enchanted armor, we need XP. Where do we get XP? From the mob farm. So we got a bit of a chicken and the egg scenario here. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to go ahead and craft myself up some maybe diamond armor. I don't think I have enough diamonds for that. So probably iron armor. And I'm going to go sell a lot of carrots, get a lot of XP, and see how much enchanting I can get done on that. And then we'll go to the Nether. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're all decked out. Ready for the Nether. Ready for the Nether. Yeah. Meet you in the Nether. Okay, I think what I'm going to do from here is actually dig down and excavate under the ground. I think that'll be pretty much my safest bet, and I'm going to head in that direction, which is away from the Soul Sand Valley. And maybe I'll be able to find some blackstone underground. So I'm going to work my way down, probably till, I don't know, maybe let's go to level 16 or so, and we'll try digging and see if we can find our blackstone down there. A lot safer. Hey, look at that. Blackstone. Found you. Ha Alright. Finally got some blackstone. Alright, let's see if we can get a good vein here. Oh, we gotta make some inventory space. Definitely want to pick this up. There we go. There we go. Blackstone. That's what we're talking about. Alright. So I'm going to sit here and gather up as much as I can. Dig a little further if I have to. And yeah, keep collecting because I do need quite a few stacks of this. Yes, that's what I said, stacks. So I'll be doing this for a little bit. Alright, let's check to make sure we have all our materials. Looks like we are good to go with everything. I did have to go back to the Nether to get some glowstone. That was interesting. But I found the glowstone I need to make my redstone lamps for the top of this lighthouse. Because what would a lighthouse be without any light, right? So yeah, looks like we have everything we need. So let's get this build underway.